The most successful traders are designed to fail, repeatedly. Minervini, Qullamaggie, and Darvas all accept frequent small losses at the cost of finding rare, outsized winners. Their systems expect failure, and they profit because of it. Many traders chase a high win rate, believing that winning more equals more profit. The problem with this theory is that it only takes one loser to wipe out those gains, often leading to a losing account overall. Let's compare both models. On one side, you have Trader A targeting a 90% win rate, and on the other side, Trader B targeting a 30% win rate. Trader A requires frequent winners, often requiring looser risk management to do so. They take profits quickly and allow more room before a loss to be confirmed. This leads to an asymmetrical risk profile of big losses and small rewards, effectively building a system demanding loss avoidance. Trader B, however, has built a system using the opposite concept. They allow less tolerance for a loss to be confirmed, whilst allowing more room for a winning trade to be confirmed. This is referred to as asymmetrical reward, small losses and large rewards, effectively building a system of loss allowance. Trader A can only afford to be wrong once in every 10 trades, whereas Trader B can afford to be wrong 7 times in every 10 trades, therefore building failure into the system. Psychologically, it's far easier to stay disciplined knowing that you can be wrong far more times than you are right on any given trade, whereas knowing you can't afford to be wrong will be far more draining. The large risk, small reward problem applied by many traders is largely driven by human psychology. The need to be right pushes traders to take profits too early, using quick wins as validation. Conversely, excessive risk-taking often comes from an aversion to being wrong, leading traders to hold losing positions rather than accept a loss. Our video library covers many traders who apply this low-risk-to-reward concept, such as Mark Minervini, Nicolas Darvas, and Kristjan Qullamaggie. Neither of them tried to be right often, they simply tried to be right bigger. A system with failure built in assumes you'll be wrong most of the time, but will still make money. Before we look at some real data using this concept, let's look at how the maths works in theory. Imagine your trading style provides a 30% win rate, meaning you achieve 3 winning trades out of every 10 placed. If we assume each of the losing trades has a value of 1R, but each of the 3 winning trades achieve 5 multiples of risk, we can calculate the total returns. The 7 losing trades equate to negative 7R, whilst the 3 winning trades total a positive 15R, providing a total 8R over the 10 trades. Therefore, if 1R equaled $100, your total profit would have been $800 despite losing 7 trades. It reinforces the common quote, "Cut your losers short and let your winners run." Now let's look at the 90% win rate approach. Such a high win rate requires that you win 9 out of 10 trades, which almost always requires a higher risk allowance, thereby allowing for trades to recover before capturing a profit. Using R multiples once again, let's assume that the risk tolerated for any one trade is 9R, whilst also assuming that the winning trade equates to 1R. After 9 winning trades from 10 and 1 sole large losing trade, we can calculate that the strategy did not make any profit, and if just 1 further trade lost, the strategy could easily slip into a significant loss. Can you see that it's the risk management of any given trade that often determines the win rate? If you ever see anyone touting such a high win rate, it's often because there is a huge hidden risk within it. If there are 2 key takeaways before we move on, it's that win rate doesn't matter and payoff does, and a system that can't tolerate being wrong is a system waiting to break. The success of a system is determined by the risk relative to reward, in combination with the win rate achieved. As your reward gets bigger relative to your risk, the win rate you need collapses, and this is how you build failure into the system. A system that is built to achieve a higher multiple of risk does not demand accuracy. It's far more tolerant to error, whilst the psychological burden is far less, thus allowing for the adherence of discipline. The reverse is true for a lower reward to risk. You need to be right more often, there is less room for error, and the psychological impact of needing to be right will be harder to endure. Let's now take a look at some real results with these concepts in mind. We use the same concept in our group, and the reward is almost 3.5 multiples of risk with a near 50% win rate. The equity curve can be seen here, with one important observation. No matter how good your metrics are, there will always be periods of under- and outperformance. The key is to ensure you have positive expectancy and enough discipline to allow the law of large numbers to materialize. The question will always be, how do we find a system of positive expectancy? And this is the quest of millions across the globe. The truth is, there are limitless approaches. The choice often depends on your personality and goals. Over the last 30 years or so of trying every strategy, time frame and theory under the sun, I found the consolidation breakout strategy on the weekly time frame to be optimal, not only for return on risk but for my lifestyle. The weekly time frame is far more passive and aligned to my goals. We have a bespoke breakout scanner for finding the setups I look for, offering low-risk structure with the potential for high reward. You're more than welcome to use the links below, which also provides our free ebook of my entire approach. So to recap, for the majority of traders, it will be wise to keep your losses less than your reward. As soon as you develop asymmetrical risk, often through the need to be right, trading will be difficult and likely unprofitable. Try to develop an approach that allows for rewards to be a multiple of risk. High win rate alone is often a mirage and usually hides something more sinister within it. A system built to allow for failure is far easier to follow, whilst a system that is easier to follow allows for positive expectancy to feed through into your results over many trades. For more videos on expectancy, risk to reward, or my own strategy, check out these videos. If you want the algorithm to show you more videos like today and help my channel, then please do consider liking and commenting below. As always, thanks for watching.